Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be replacing the drive belt on this 2009 Nissan Pathfinder 4.0. Now this should fall in line with any 4.0 third gen Nissan Pathfinder, which is 2005 to 2012. So let's get into it now. Alright guys, under the hood here, there's going to be a couple things we have to do before we get to the belt, but first off we'll just review why we're replacing it. So see if I can get you down here, get the light on the belt itself. We'll review this more once I actually have it off, but the belt has cracking on it. It's actually not making any noises or anything like that, but if you can see the ribs, they do have cracking on them, so that is the issue. We have rib cracking on this belt, so that is the reason for replacement. It's only a matter of time before it starts to make noise, so best to get it done before it even starts to happen. So let's get this thing replaced. All right guys, so what we're going to be doing is removing a couple things just to have best access to the belt and we can get it off and on with ease. So first thing we're going to be doing is removing this engine cover. Okay, it is held in with two 10 mil bolts. You could use a socket wrench, drill, impact, whatever tool of your choice. I just have a small impact here, and I'm going to fire both of these 10 mils right out. All right, so we got both 10 mils out of this cover. Now it does have a rubber grommet retaining this as well, so you just need to really pull up on it and it should pop right off. See if I can do it here with one hand. There's one right here on the side and then one in the back. It's right on the valve cover. If I can pull it up, there we go. And they're just right on both of those posts with the rubber grommet, so pull right up on them and it'll pop right off. All right, so now that we have that engine cover off, it gives us access to this air intake tube and box here. So this is retained with a few things that we're going to need to remove to get it off. Nothing crazy. We have two more 10 mils here. So you can also use a Phillips. I would suggest a 10 mil though. I'll fire both of these right out. So we'll get both of these 10 mils out, and then we're going to go ahead and just disconnect this breather tube right here off of this box. So let me get these 10 mils out and then we'll get that hose off. All right guys, we're going to get that breather tube off. It just has a hose clamp on there. So I have some thicker style pliers here. I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze the clamp, push it back. It's a possibility that it might be rubber welded, so it might be stuck to this plastic box, so you might just need to gently rock it back and forth with some pliers like I'm doing, and it might even start backing off while you're doing that. Mine backed off a hair. It all actually looks like this hose is cracking, which is no bueno, so that's not good. I'm gonna have to get a new hose on that, but just want to get that backed off. All right, put that to the side, and now we can go ahead and get the remainder of this box off. All right guys, last step here to go ahead and get this box out. We're going to go ahead and loosen up these hose clamps. So they are a flathead or 8 mil. I would suggest just throwing an 8 mil on whatever tool of choice you prefer. I said I'm using a small impact. They are now loose, so I should have some play room for that to start sliding. If you can see, it's coming off. This should come off right here as well. See if I can, might actually just be easier to just take it off right here, honestly. That'd be a little bit less of a fight. Yep, let's do it right there. And there we go guys, whole air tube and box is out. So now we do have decent access here to our belt. See if we can get a better look at it here. We can see some of that cracking more. Let me get the camera in there. There you go, we can see that cracking. So there we go guys. All right guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get this belt off now. Right here where the flashlight is pointing, I'll put an arrow to it. That is the tensioner, and right there in the center is a 3/8 drive, and that's how we're going to loosen the tension on the tensioner in order for this belt to slip off and get the new belt on. So what I'm going to do is take a 3/8 drive extendable ratchet and put that in there. You can use any tool you want. I mean, you could use a 3/8 serpentine belt tool. You could use a breaker bar, whatever you prefer. I have an extendable ratchet that I'll be using. So let's get that in the hole, and then we'll get this tensioner relieved of tension and we'll get the belt off. All right, guys, try to get you in the best camera angle that I could. So like I said, I have a 3/8 drive extendable ratchet. Got it right in the hole. We're going to go counterclockwise, so it's going to be as if you're loosening a bolt, basically. So we're going to go ahead. You'll see it take it down. All right. And I'm just going to slide that belt right off of the tensioner there. Let me get this extendable ratchet down a hair because, there we go. Get it around the throttle body here. So it's still a little tight here. Ratchet's actually in my way. There we go. Got it. So we got the belt off. I do have the routing, so you can obviously note the routing, but I have a routing diagram, so we'll be going off of that. Just want to get the belt off of all the pulleys. It's not going to be the funnest thing to put back on, that is for sure, but I'm going to go ahead and get this thing out here. So I'm just squirting it on out. All right. And there we go, guys. She is out. Look at it real quick. This is a very old and dry belt. Look at that. It's all dry and yeah, it's, whew, this thing's bad. This thing has been on here for a long time. So, belt off, guys. Now we just have to get the new one on. All right, guys, so here is the new belt that we are going to be utilizing. It is a Gates. I've had pretty good experiences with Gates belts over the years, so I would suggest going with Gates. Ultimately up to you and your preference. The part number on this Gates belt is 7PK2217. So that is the Gates belt we're going to be installing. So let's go ahead and get this thing in. All right, guys, one thing I want to bring you guys back in for real quick before we start getting into the belt routing. Now, if you had a belt noise, one thing I would suggest while you have the belt off is spin your pulleys. In fact, I don't even really like how this idler pulley feels, to be honest, but spin them, see if you get any wild noises from them. They should all be but quiet. This one they're like a little louder than I want it to be, and it could even be something like your alternator. If you see, this has a new alternator on it. However, alternator pulleys can go bad as well, the bearing in them, so you know the alternator could technically mechanically fail, not electronically fail. So if the bearing in that pulley is bad on the alternator, it could be making noise. So that's one thing I would suggest, is just go through, spin all your pulleys. Do the water pump here too. It actually feels pretty tight. But these, you know, all these pulleys can go bad and give you a sound. So if you're getting a belt drive noise, spin your pulleys and make sure that you have good tight pulleys and that you're not getting any sound out of any of them before you put the belt back on, just to help ensure that you're solving the issue in finding the belt noise that you have. All right, so let's go ahead and get this new belt on. All right, so here is the belt routing diagram for this 4.0 from Nissan's factory service manual. Okay, so this is the belt routing that we're going to be going off of straight from Nissan's factory service manual. So let's go ahead and get into putting the belt on. Grabbing it right here. I don't know if you noticed when I pulled it out, it kind of came out like this with, like, you know, two dog ears hanging basically. So I'm going to go ahead and just squirt it back down like that if I don't drop it everywhere. It's going to be a bit hard to record and see, but you know, I'll do my best to get you guys in there and you can get a gist of how to do this. But dropping it in the same way it came out. So now it's just a matter of getting the belt around all these pulleys and getting the tension back on and getting it over the tensioner. So let's go ahead and get this thing on. All right, guys, like I said, this isn't going to be the easiest thing to see here. Try to do the best I can, but I need to be able to see as well. So only got so much room to record, put a camera, and do this. So like I said, here is the belt routing diagram. I'm going to go ahead and try to start with the crank. So I'm trying to get this around the crank here. Actually, what I want to do, I want to kind of push it around the water pump, in between the water pump, and then I want to aim for the crank. All right, got it around the crank. Actually, really not fun rerouting belts. Sometimes you got all the space in the world and it's easy, but I can't say this is really the case. So right now that it's around the crank, I'm going to go ahead and try to get it around the AC compressor pulley here. And while you're doing that, you almost might be able to get it around the idler pulley as well. Alright guys, what I'm going to try to do is pull some of the slack now around the water pump so I can get it routed around the water pump. So I'm pulling the slack from your, if you're looking down your left side, so I'm pulling the slack so it tightens it onto the water pump, tightens it onto the crank and the AC compressor. All right, I actually got that pulled tight. If you can see, probably won't be able to, but I have it pulled tight around the AC pulley, around the water pump, around the crank, around the idler pulley, and I'm just basically working myself from right, if you're looking at the engine bay, the right to the left. So we're doing here. So try my best. Sun and light are fighting me, trying to get the best view for you guys, but just try to give you a gist of how to do this because it is a tight space and it isn't the funnest thing to do. All right, so we're pulling it now to the power steering pulley here. So I got it around the power steering pulley. Trying to get it to the alternator. Got it to the alternator. All right, guys. Now there's a tricky part here. I think I got it completely routed around everything. I just got to get it around the tensioner. So let's see if I can do that here. I think what I might actually do is try to get it around the upper pulley. So I'm going to put this on the actual tensioner and I'm going to try to pull the belt over the upper pulley. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. If you can see, I have the belt routed around the actual tensioner and I have my hand pulling the tension right here. My hand is pulling the tension, trying to pull it above this upper pulley. All I have to do is put the 3/8 drive into the tensioner and I should be able to pull this with my right hand while I do that up over the tensioner. So let's go ahead and do that, get the socket set up into the tensioner, and then I should be able to pull this thing right over the pulley. All right guys, trying to get in this tensioner real quick. I'm still holding the tension on the belt myself. Yep, there it is. Now, if you notice on your pulleys, there's silver spots where it's worn, like on the tensioner itself, on the water pump pulley. You want to get that back into those grooves exactly perfect where the wearing is, so you know it was, exactly lined up correctly, because you can see it. You can see I got it on that one, on the actual pulley here. If you can see here, put the light on it, got it on that, and I also adjusted it on the water pump. You can see it's pretty on point. So there's that. You just want to get it back in the grooves. Just make sure you go back over all your work, look at everything, make sure it is routed correctly, make sure everything's tight, make sure the belt is in its grooves. Looks really good from here for me. So I'm just gonna make sure everything feels good, and then we'll put everything back together and start this thing up. All right guys, belt is back on. So all we need to do is put our air box back on and get this reassembled with the few things that we took out. So first thing here is going to be this box with the air duct and tubing. So I'm going to go ahead and start sliding this back on to the air box itself. All right, got that slid on, and I'm going to slide on this side here onto the throttle body. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and work this side back on here onto the throttle body. There we go. That lined up, feels pretty good. Make sure both sides are fully pressed on. All right, looks good. So what we're going to do is go ahead and tighten those clamps up first. So we'll go ahead and lock them in. So if you remember, they are 8 mils. Going to go ahead and get them snug. Good. Good, so that side's good. Go ahead and do the other side now. I did loosen up both of these as well, so I'm going to tighten both of them. All right, guys, both sides tight, good to go. Now we just need to get our 10 mils in right here, and then we'll get our cover back on. All right, guys, so remember we had the two 10 mils that drop in right here. Get those lined up, started them by hand. All right, so I got both of those started here. Now I'm just gonna lock those in with the impact as well. Like I said, you can use whatever tool of your choice. All right, that's good. And now we do have our breather hose here. So if you remember, we did have the breather hose. This one does have a crack going on. I'm gonna have to let him know about that because that needs to be replaced. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull that clamp back over that, and we'll get that locked in for now, and then hopefully we can get that replaced in the really near future because that is not good. Okay, now you want to get this back in the same spot that it was. You can pretty much see where the lines are, like where this was, so you want to line it up with where it was. Okay, so you can kind of go off the square. I can see the square right there. I'm gonna lock it in. I moved it myself by hand. Yeah, redo that. So I can see where it was, and I locked it in. It actually pulled that pretty tight where that crack is, so it looks decent. But still, that needs to be replaced, so definitely I'm going to let him know about that. But that's all we're doing, guys. Got this back in. We got that hose clamp back. The only thing now is to get the cover back on, so let me grab that. All right, guys, we have the cover here. Remember, it has the two rubber grommets, so you just want to line those rubber grommets up with where they go. Press them on, and they'll lock in. All right, so cover is locked in, and then we have our two 10 mils here. We're going to go ahead and get those started by hand. All right, got that one going there on the right. Let me get my left one here. All right, they are good. Let's go ahead and snug those down. Good, guys. Everything is now back together. We have our new belt installed. Everything is back reassembled, so belt looks good. You can see it. So let's go ahead and start this thing up. Make sure it sounds good, runs good, everything is fine. So let's fire her up. All right, guys, let's fire her up. And she is good. You see that fresh writing on that belt spinning around, so she looks good, guys. I don't see anything look off. Nothing looks wrong. Nothing sounds bad. Everything's good. Don't hear any noises. So I hope this helped with replacing the belt on your 4.0 Nissan Pathfinder. Make sure you stay tuned because you never know when I might be wrenching on this thing again. And until next time, guys.